Microphone check 1 2 1 2. You are now tuned in to the network,
Bruh.
the YouTube channel that takes complex networking topics and dumps it down to a more simpler language. We are back in the building, trying to get back into this live streaming thing, and this thing is not holding on here. I think that's working. All right. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me. Let everybody know in the Discord server that I was going to be streaming today. I might not have put what time though. Let's see here. Let's go share the screen. We got Gonzalo in the building. Appreciate you for tuning in. I don't know if that's an old text or what. Let me know if you can see that. This is the lab we're going to be working with today. Router on a stick. Pardon me with the, got some caffeine in my mouth here. Oh, my bad. Router on a stick is what we're going to be working with. It was a dude yesterday. I don't know if it's a dude or a girl, but the tag handle was Icy Soul and said, hey, could you do a lab on router on a stick? I was like, you know what? I got you. So, believe it or not, I asked AI. I said, hey, AI, can you write a lab for me to learn router on a stick? And it actually wrote all the steps and everything for me. And I was like, you know what? No. I want you to like quiz me on this. Like, so keep the do the tasks, write out the tasks, but also put the solution in a separate file. And he did. And it broke it down for me, and I put it in a PDF file, just like this. But this is another lab that I asked it to write for me. I asked another one, asked for it to write me another one, static route failover. So we'll probably do that one after the router on the stick. I don't know if we'll do that today or tomorrow or what. But I was gonna wait till a couple of y'all come in, and and then we'll get right into it, man. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit that like button when you're on your way in. Gonzalo said you can see it. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. That's my alarm. I had took a nap before because I got off work and I was like, let me take I went to go see my girl and then came home and I was like, let me take a nap. I had like an hour left, so I took like a 20-minute nap, or whatever, 30-minute nap, and that's why I was like a little late, little streaming here. So noise, noise. Let me see. Do I have one? I might have one. Let's see. I got I got all these sound effects and stuff like that. I try to have one for every occasion. Let's see if I got one for that. Probably not. No, I don't think so.
Wow, it's very nice.
Borat.
Nice meme.
Nice, very nice, Shiza-chan.
Suits my clothes.
Very nice. How much?
Wow, it's very nice.
Nice, very nice, Shiza-chan.
We'll use the Borat one. Add that to my favorites. So next time we have to say something nice. I know it's taking me forever to
1 hour later.
to add that to my little soundboard here. We got Professor Black Ops in the building. Appreciate you for tuning in. You got any stigs for the day for us? Today we're doing router on a stick, Professor Black Ops. Just the basic CCNA fundamental, so that way we can learn about basically routing and encapsulation, .1Q, routing between, and sometimes they call it inter-VLAN routing. So this is just like a very common topology to kind of learn about inter-VLAN routing. They call it router on a stick because why? They got a router that's literally look like it's on a stick, and then you kind of basically route between the two VLANs here. That's what's going on here. And Professor Backoff, check this out. I created this lab. I asked AI. I said, hey, can you write me a lab? Because it was somebody yesterday. His name's Icy Soul. There's a subscriber. He said, hey, can you do a lab and router on the stick? I was like, yeah, sure, I got you. And I was like, You know what? I don't think I got one. I do have some that like in the vaults, but it was packet tracer. So I asked AI to write one for me, and it did. It wrote one for me. I said, you know what? Change it up. Put these icons in it. It put the icons on there for it. All right, we'll put it in a PDF. Put it in a PDF for me, just like this. And then it had all the steps all together. I was like, well, separate the steps from the solution, and it did that for me too. It is so powerful, man. So from now on, when I start making these labs and stuff like that and practicing this stuff, I'm just gonna ask AI to create a random one for me just like this and start working on them like that. So it's pretty cool, man. What was gonna do? We was gonna separate all of this so that way y'all could see everything, everything, everything. There we go. I think that should be. Let me know. I know Gonzalo said he could see it, but what I want to do is make sure that y'all can see the text for this right here. Y'all let me know if this is big enough or what. Let me close these things here. Once we get through this, maybe we'll do the what do you call it? The other lab too. What do you call it? Let me power these bad boys on. Gonzalo says, still working on your CCNP, bro.
Bruh.
Yes, man. Not really working it. This is speaking of the CCNP. That was the reason why I started this channel, right? Because they always say that if you can learn a topic and you can teach it to others, they say you understand the topic. You typically will understand the topic at a deep level if you can teach it to someone else. So that's why I did all of those tutorials. I had to make sure I understood the topic, create the tutorial, and then try to explain it to other people. And that's how I started this channel. Well, I have yet to take that exam. I mean, I took it. I took the other parts of it because remember, there's 3 exams that you have to take to get the CCNP. Now it's only 2. But I've been off and on studying for it since 2019 or 2020, something like that. So yes, I'm still working on it, if you want to say working on it. But at work, they also signed me up for a boot camp for the CCNP also. So I guess now show and prove. So Professor Blackout said, facts, I use chat GPT in my compliance. Dude, it is a game changer, man. I mean, for everything. I mean, I ask it for life advice. I mean, chat GPT just, man, listen, man. Real estate, when I'm speaking of real estate, I use it to analyze properties. I'll take the link from Zillow, be like, hey, analyze this property. What's the cash on cash return on this? What's the profit margins look like on this? What's it gonna look like? How much down payment I gotta put? How much cash I gotta bring to the table? I mean, Zillow can do all of that for you, but it's so much more accurate when you just ask ChatGPT those questions, and it's interactive. It'd be like, I don't know if you want to do this because your current portfolio looks like this, and maybe you need, it's just, man, ChatGPT, man, game changer. I remember somebody was telling me about it a couple years ago, and I just was like, man, yeah, that's pretty cool. But now I'm I use it in my everyday life, man. Crazy. I guess let's read something about the current events, and then we'll get started on that lab. We'll get some music going too. Hold on for a second. Y'all let me know if that music is too loud. Gonzalo, what are you studying for, man? Since we're talking about certs and stuff like that. I know Professor Black Ops is working on the AWS stuff. He said, fail that sucker once. Yeah, man, tough exam, man, tough exam. That's all right, man. Haven't started CCNP even. I'm stuck with DevNet. Oh, okay. Cool, you working on the DevNet stuff. Yeah, I know Professor Black Ops. He said he was working on the AWS, and I know something with AWS. What else were you working on? What was he do? We was gonna look at bleeping computers. What I was gonna look at. Yeah, let me know if that music is too loud. Ars Technica is my favorite. Okay, here we go. Annoyed ChatGPT users complain about bots' relentlessly positive tone. Come on, man. Users complain of new sycophancy streak where ChatGPT thinks everything is brilliant. Yeah, you know, sometimes I noticed that because I remember, I don't know if it's the same model that I use for ChatGPT or the same algorithm that I use or whatever, but I remember talking to ChatGPT like all day long, and I just was like, "Hey, you know, Chat, I got a YouTube channel. Can you analyze it for me?" It's like, "Yeah, sure. Drop the link." And I dropped the link, and I said, "Can you give me some things, some pointers to improve on it? What can I do to, and get more engagement, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera?" And it was like, "Oh, this is great. You have this and that." And I was like, "Really? Huh? Well." Then I was like, "Well, what about this video right here? What do you think I can improve on here?" And it was like, "Okay, give me a second to analyze it." And then it said, "Okay, I saw the video. Here's what you could do. This, that, and that." I was like, "Okay, well, what do you think was the best part?" And it was like, "Well, it started making shit up, sort of." And I was like, "You didn't really watch the video." And it was like, "You got me." But I figured, you would have had this in the video, and this is why I gave you. It was acting all positive, and it was like, "Great channel, da, 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 but here's what you can improve on." And I was like, "Man, this is bullshit, man." So ChatGPT, because sometimes it be bullshitting you sometimes. Ask ChatGPT anything lately, how to poach an egg, whether you should hug a cactus, and you may be greeted with a burst of purple praise. Good question. You're very astute to ask that. To some extent, ChatGPT have been a sycophant for years, but since late March, a growing cohort of Redditors, X-users, and arse readers say that ChatGPT's 4.0's relentless pep has crossed the line from friendly to unbearable. That is so true, man. I'm like, man, you make me seem like I'm a genius. Like I can change the world, man. Get out of here. ChatGPT is suddenly the biggest suck-up I've ever met, wrote software engineer Craig Weiss in a widely shared tweet on Friday. It literally will validate everything I say. That is so fucking true, man. I'm like, exactly what I've been saying, a reply to a Reddit user who references Weiss's tweet, sparking yet another thread about ChatGPT being a sycophant. What does that word mean anyway? Y'all know? What does sycophant mean? I can't front. I don't know what that means. Sycophant, a person who acts obsequiously toward someone important in order to gain advantage. Okay, what the fuck does obsequiously mean? Because he is high ranking, he's surrounded by sycophants. Okay, so I guess like basically meaning kiss ass in simplest terms, which means like the non-AI meaning of the word, flattering users by telling them what they want to hear. That's so fucking true. It's almost like a therapist that just don't want to, get on your bad side. Although since AI models lack intentions, they don't choose to flatter users this way on purpose. Instead, it's OpenAI engineers doing the flattering, but in a roundabout way. What's going on? To make a long story short, OpenAI has trained its primary chat GPT model, the GPT-4o, which is the one I use, to act like a sycophant because in the past, people have liked it. Okay.
Bruh.
Over time, as people use ChatGPT, the company collects user feedback on which responses users prefer. Because sometimes it'll ask you which response do you ask it a question, and it'll say, okay, which response do you like the most, this one or that one? And then you read through them and you say, I like this response, and then it just builds the model that way, and it just keeps building it. It's a database that way. This often involves presenting two responses side by side and letting the user choose between them. Occasionally, OpenAI produces a new version of existing AI models such as GPT-4o using a technique called reinforcement learning from the human feedback, blah, 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 blah. And then they talk about OpenAI and it's aware of the issue. And they talk about, yeah, we know OpenAI could basically be a kiss ass. We working on it. And the trust problem. And they go on and on about potential solutions. But anyways, if y'all want to read the rest of the article, I'm going to put it in the chat for y'all. But yeah, chat. I noticed that about ChatGPT. I thought it was just me, man. I was like, I like ChatGPT, but sometimes he act a little too positive. He said I got 4 AWS certs. Shout out to Professor Blackhouse. We know you all in the cloud computing stuff over there. CISSP is the big security cert. Yeah, that's the tough one, man. I want to say the CIO, the assistant CIO. I think he just got that exam. I'll pass that got the CISSP. He got it like I want to say like a month or two ago. He studied hard for it too. I heard it's one of the toughest certs out there too, man. Or is it the GIAC? Nah, it might have been the CISSP, I believe it was he was doing. But anyways, that's the article for y'all. If y'all want to read through the rest of it, basically how I talk about how AI, OpenAI can be a fucking kiss ass, and yes, it can be too. Let's go ahead and get started on this lab. If we got time, we'll knock out the static routing fail with the failover interface also. So we got a router here. This is going to be the router that's going to act like the router on the stick. We got a trunk that's going to be going through here. Those are the two sub interfaces we're going to create. The two PCs there. Y'all know anything about inter VLAN routing, or sometimes they call this fundamental right here in networking, router on a stick. They call it that because the router is sitting literally like kind of like on a stick and sitting and routing between the two VLANs, or otherwise known as inter VLAN routing. What are we going to be doing? We're going to be routing VLANs. This router is going to be routing between this PC who's in one VLAN and that PC that's in another VLAN. So we'll go ahead and get started with that. Lab task, create VLAN 10 and 20 on the switch. Hopefully it's not on there because I kind of ran through this, at work.
Another one.
Let's give him a host name of switch 1, and y'all let me know if I'm going too fast for any newbies out there. Show VLAN brief to see what we created. I did. So let's do this. I thought I reset it. No, VLAN 30. Y'all didn't see that. But anyways, let's do show VLAN brief. So now we got the two VLANs right there, right? I want to say, let's look at the router real quick. Because I rebooted this switch. Yeah, okay. I rebooted the lab, actually. And again, I used AI to create this lab. And I said, you know what? Make me a lab on router on a stick. And it did that for me because IC Soul asked me for it. I hope you're in there, IC Soul. Let's see. What we working with? Create VLAN 10 and 20. We did that. And he said assign PC 1's port to VLAN 10. So that port right there to VLAN 10. And PC 2's port to VLAN 20. And again, this lab is in the Discord server if y'all want a copy of it. And let me give y'all a link to the Discord server if you're not in it. So make sure you're subscribed to this channel. And shit. Y'all know how my audio setup is. As soon as I touch something, like something goes out. Don't switch. Copy. Here is a link to the Discord server. We got Will Balbin in the building. Hidden. Use the copy button. Oh my God. Delete that. Appreciate you for tuning in, Will. Let me get a copy of this server here. Invite people. I don't want to hide it. Use copy button. It says hidden. That's not what I want to do, man. Hold on for a second, y'all. Invite people to NetworkBruh server, or send a server invite link. Edit the invite link. No limit. Generate a new link. I don't want to do it to just a friend. They can say invite people. I don't know what's going on with this, man. I'm trying to send y'all a thing to the copy. No results. I'm trying to copy the damn server to the chat over here so y'all can see it. It says hidden. Use the copy button. Oh no. All right. Let me know if y'all can see that right there. You probably can't, because you probably can't. Anyway, let's get started on it. Finish this lab here. We said to put PC 1 into VLAN 10 and PC 2 into VLAN 20. We go back to the switch. That port is Ethernet 02. That's going to go to VLAN 10, right? How do we do that? We say internet interface Ethernet 0/2. We say switch port mode access to make it an access port, right? What's the difference between the two? Access ports can only be in one VLAN. Trunk ports can carry multiple VLANs. One or more, or all, whatever. Pop quiz for the day. How many VLANs are there? Can you create a standard VLAN? Standard VLANs, how many are there? What range? Switch port, access VLAN 10. That puts that port in VLAN 10, right? And we need to put this one in VLAN 20, which is what? Interface Ethernet 0/0. We say again, switch port mode access. Switch port access VLAN 20, right? So we did that. But there's only 6 steps in this lab, so we'll be able to run through this quickly. We might be able to get through this real quick. Configure the trunk port from the switch to the router. So now we said we put this port in one VLAN, VLAN 10. We put this port in VLAN 20. Now they said this port, make it a trunk port. What's the trunk port? A port that can carry multiple VLANs. So this one's going to carry, guess what? VLAN 10 and 20. And that's why they call it inter-VLAN routing, because this router is going to route between the two VLANs, so that way these two PCs can talk to each other. We go to that interface, which is interface Ethernet 0/1. We say switch port mode. Actually, we gotta do encapsulation first, right? No, switch port trunk encapsulation. .1Q, so that way so that way we can encapsulate the we can tag the traffic basically with multiple VLANs. Well, not multiple VLANs, but select a VLAN and put whatever one we want. But it's gonna carry multiple VLANs, this trunk. Because watch when we don't put that in there, right? If we say no, if we don't put that in there, right? We just say, and we just turn it into the trunk port, we say switch port mode trunk. We'll get this error right here. An interface whose trunk encapsulation is auto, because by default it's set to auto, cannot be configured to trunk mode. So that's why we have to put that first. I did it twice. We put that command in first. Then we say switch port mode trunk, so it can carry multiple VLANs. And then now it took that command. How do we verify that? We say switch port, show interface Ethernet 0/1, and then we say switch port. This lets us know what type of interface it is. Right there, the administrative mode is trunk, operational mode trunk. Let's do another one. Like, let's check that port right there, Ethernet 0/0. So interface 0/0, like that, 0/0, switch port, and notice he is an access port. Access port, trunk port. Y'all get it? Let's, what's the next step? Now he says on the router, create sub-interfaces for VLAN 10, which is over here, and VLAN 20, which is over here. If y'all want, we could even color it to do that. I'll do that later. Professor Black Ops got our STIGs of the day. Y'all know what that is, right? Security Technical Implementation Guides. The Cisco ASA, or ASA firewall, must be configured to queue log records locally in the event that the central audit server is down or not reachable. Funny enough, you said that. Me and my coworker today were working on syslog server. He needed we needed our internet-facing router to send logs because he's creating a what's it called, seam or elastic. I don't know if he's working with seam or elastic, whatever. But he's basically sending logs from the router to a syslog server, and that's what Professor Black Ops is talking about. And we do have a couple of ASAs that we're gonna have to decommission pretty soon because they're pretty much out of support, right? They're becoming the way of the dinosaur. Cisco ASA firewalls. They had their run, man. They were great products, but then actually, you know what? You can get another one for that one. Do I have the losing horn on here? I gotta have one. I don't know where it was one. Anyways, the ASA has gone away with the dinosaur. They're being taken over by like Palo Alto firewalls. Palo Alto is just becoming an industry standard. Discussion. It is critical that when the network element is at risk of failing to process traffic logs as required, it takes action to mitigate the failure. Audit processing failures. Let me read that back. It is critical that when the network element is at risk of failing to process traffic logs as required. It takes action to mitigate failure, audit processing failures. Yeah, so basically like the syslog server, basically. So y'all see how we created this trunk here, this trunk interface, right? And then we had a log like this right here. When the interface actually it went down, then it came back up. We could send all of these logs that Professor Blackops just talked about. We can send these log records to what's called the syslog server, so that way we can see, oh, when an interface went down, or when Professor Blackops was working on the Cisco ASA and he screwed it up. We can check the logs to see what he's done, or our AAA logs, or not, our AAA logs, or our what do you call it? Basically our syslogs, all our log records. They'll have a date like this, the time we did the work on, time's off on this, and what happened. Interface Ethernet 01 came up, and it was configured on the console port. Let's move on to the next couple steps and move on, right? On the router, let's go on to router 1. Create the sub-interfaces for VLAN 10 and 20. See, we got more logs right here. If we had a syslog server, all of these would be sent to that log server. Y'all hear that music? Y'all let me know if that's too loud or whatever. Waiting for this router to wake up. There you go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes, sir.
Let's name him router 1. Router 1. And then they said that on the router, create sub-interfaces for VLAN 10 and 20 with proper IPs and encapsulation. Well, we said right here, this is going to be the router sub-interfaces. The physical interface is going to be GI0001. Actually, it's going to be Ethernet, because this is an Ethernet port. So let's just say like this, Ethernet like that. Let's say ETH like that. If y'all want to follow along, because these are Ethernet interfaces, right? He said we got .10 as one sub-interface. That's going to be the gateway for the VLAN 10. And then .20 is going to be the gateway for VLAN 20, which is on this side. If y'all want, I could draw boxes so that way you could see it visually better. Y'all let me know if this is too... Maybe that's a little bit better for y'all. Maybe that's better. Y'all can see it better. We'll do it that way. Yeah, let's do it that way. Let me see. Where else can we put the steps at? We'll do it that way. We said on router 1, we're going to say interface Ethernet 00. Well, we said we're going to do a sub-interface, which the sub-interface is kind of like a virtual interface that's going to be hanging off of that physical interface right there, 00.10 like that. And in order for us to tag that traffic as VLAN 10 traffic, we have to type in the command encapsulation .1q like that. What does that mean? That's .1q, the virtual IEEE, is basically the VLAN standard for routers to tag that traffic, right? So we say .1q like this, and then it's going to ask you, what's the VLAN ID? What are you going to tag it with? We're going to say that it's going to be anywhere between 1 to 4094, which, by the way, that's the answer to that question that I asked earlier. How many standard VLANs are there? 1 through 4094. So basically 4094 VLANs, right? That's the standard VLAN? Is it? It might be, because I think it's 1001 to 4094 really, because the other ones are extended. I can't remember what they were. I can't remember. Let's ask ChatGPT, my favorite, right? What are the VLAN ranges? What are the VLAN ranges? I think 1 through 1001 are the standard VLANs, and then 1006 to 4094 are the extended. Let's see. See if I'm right here. 1 through 1005. Is that what I said? I don't remember. No, I said 1 through 1001. So 1 through 1005 is the standard default range. 1006 to 4094 is supported on switches that have transparent mode. These are the reserved ones, 0 and 95. You can't create those VLANs. Default is 1. Native VLAN is 1. So there you go. And you can't create VLANs between 1002 to 1005. What happens if you do that? I'll show you in a second. That's going to be VLAN 10. Tagging that from VLAN 10, we're going to say Ethernet 00.20 for the other VLAN, VLAN 20, right? Encapsulation .1Q20. And we can check our work with what? Show IP interface brief. And there's our two sub interfaces we created. That's going to be tagging for VLAN 10. That's going to be tagging for VLAN 20, which are here, right? 10 and 20, right? And that's why they call it VLAN router on a stick, because this router is literally sitting on a stick, routing between the two VLANs, or inter VLAN routing, right? Like an upside down Y. What else do we need to do? Notice that these are down. By default, routers, when you take a router out of the box, the interfaces are down, so you got to bring them up, right? We can't just bring up these sub interfaces though, right? Watch what happens if you try to do that. Let's say interface Ethernet 0/0.10, right? We say no shut. It's not gonna bring it up. You have to do it on the physical interface, because remember, these two are tied to that physical interface right there, E00. So we got to turn that up to bring up the two sub interfaces, which are virtual. How do we do that? You say interface Ethernet 0/0, no shut. Give it a couple seconds here. And it came up. We say show IP interface brief. And let's exclude the unassigned interfaces. Actually, you can't do that, huh? Let's bring up everything. Everything. Oh, because we didn't put up any interface IP addresses on them. We got to do those IP addresses. So the interfaces are up, but they don't have any IP addresses. Notice they're unassigned, right? So now that we created the two sub interfaces, if we send traffic, they're still not going to have a gateway. So these two sub interfaces are going to be the gateways for each respective VLAN. So his gateway is going to be what? 10.1, which is the sub interface that lies on there, right? I hope IC Soul is in here. I'm going over some fundamentals here. This is some sauce that I'm giving you here, man. I ain't got one for you on there.
Oh my God! Wow! Oh my God!
We're going over some fundamentals here, but I hope IC Soul is in the building. Corey Nail's in the building. Appreciate you for tuning in. Corey said, it's been a while. Good to have you back, man. Appreciate you, man. I just moved into my new crib and stuff like that. I got my equipment set up. I got more time. So I said, I'm going to start streaming again. And I got my equipment set up. I did a couple of test broadcasts earlier in the week. I got my setup, everything. And I said, I'm going to start labbing again, man. And AI is quick to give me these labs right here. Cycle of Sevens in the building. Appreciate you for tuning in. He said, what up? I'm late to the party. Bruh, it's all good, man. If you can go to the Discord server, and I created the file with the steps to do it, and you can do it on your own or watch the replay or do it on your own, whatever. D is in the building. Appreciate you for tuning in. He said, bro, you are back with hair. It's been a minute. I know. I got a lot of hair now, man. Yes, I walk around in corporate atmosphere looking like this because I don't give a whoop.
Are you?
I ain't got one for that one. Yes, but
Oh my God! Wow!
I do. I have a lot of hair now.
Oh my God!
Let's put these two, give these two gateways interface, IP addresses. Interface that guy. We say we're gonna give him the IP address of what? This right here, 192.168.10.1, and then the subnet mask is /24. So I should have put that on there too. Let's do /24. Remember, I asked AI to write this for me, and I said I'll tweak it to how I want to. So when I teach it to y'all, we'll go from there. 192.168.10.1 subnet mask of 255.255.255.0, which is /24. We've got our sub interface, we got our IP address, and we also tag that traffic as .10. How do we verify that? We say show interface Ethernet 00.10, and notice there's the IP address, and he's tagging that traffic right there, VLAN ID 10. See that? Encapsulation .1Q. So that's how you basically put a VLAN on a router. That's basically what you're doing when you do sub interfaces like that, and then you tag the traffic with this command right here. Where is it? That right there. See that? So now let's do the same thing with for VLAN 10s, VLAN 20, which is on that side right there. VLAN 20 over here. We say figure terminal interface Ethernet 00.20. Give them the IP address of 192. Come on, man. 192.168.20.1 subnet mask of this dot 0. I think we might be done here already. We went on a router, created the sub interfaces for VLAN 10 and 20 with the proper IPs, set the IPs and default gateways on the PCs. We didn't do that, so we got to configure the PCs. And obviously, if we try to ping across, it's not going to work. Does anybody know why? That should be simple. This is for any of the newbies. We go to PC1 and try to ping, have PC1 try to ping PC2. Why is he not going to work? Ping 192.168.10. What's his IP? 20.10. 20.10. It's not going to work. Why not? Host not reachable. Anybody know why? I'm not going to move on until y'all get that. Somebody, it's a real simple answer. Why can't PC1 ping PC2? Why y'all get that going? Why y'all figure that out? Got that for you? I used to. There you go. Yeah, I'm back with here. It's a real simple answer, man. Y'all know that. Text. Box that. He gonna be a 1v land. Put him in 1v land and duplicate that and put him in another. Should we fill that? Maybe we could. Maybe we could. Yeah, we'll say VLAN 10. Call it VLAN 10, right? Text. VLAN 10, VLAN 20. VLAN. Next time we do this one, then we know. Why can't I ping across? It's a real simple answer. Because we did not set the IP addressing on the PCs. Right? Where's the text here? Let's just call it him. Let's call him that. Then we'll duplicate him. Do another one for VLAN 20, 10. And then I'll share it with y'all in the Discord server. If you're joining the Discord server, you can copy this lab. Do it on your own if you want. You can do it in EVNG. This is importable in EVNG if you have EVNG. Gotta fill this. There's a way to fill that too. How do you do that? Font color. There's a way to fill that. How do you fill the like this? Where's that? Is it? No, it's not font size, not font color. Is it font background? Nah, that ain't it. Icon. I'm trying to figure out how to color the inside part of that. Whatever. Let's just skip that. So let's fix the IP address on the PC. PC1 is. I got him in here as VPC1. It's PC1, but yeah, I should have. Let's do this. Let's rename it. I'm gonna stop him real quick. He says when he comes up, he says he's VPC3. I don't want that. Come on, man. Set this to the back. To the back, to the back, to the back. To the back. Can I configure him? PC2. It's a way to kind of change because I have him listed as VPC3 and 4. Maybe I gotta do manage nodes. Setup nodes. Config nodes. Yeah, he's set up as PC1 and 2, so I don't know why he. Maybe gotta wipe him. Wipe him. Wipe him. Some quick stuff right here. All right, we're gonna knock this one out, and let's see. Maybe we can start the other lab too. If y'all want to do it. He's waking up. Is he waking up? He isn't. But PC2 is. There you go. Now I had to wipe it. That's what it was. His IP address is 192.168.20.1. That's PC2 now. Subnet mask of /24. Gateway of 192.168.20.1. My bad. So he's supposed to be 20.10. My bad. 20.10. And let's copy that so we can do the other side and move on. Check for duplicate address. And then you can verify with what? I believe it's just IP, like that. No, how do you view the IP? Show IP, I believe it is. There you go. Verify his info right there. Let's go to PC1. It's over here. There's PC1. IP address is going to be that. But his gateway is 10.1.
When you can have all the comforts of private.
Gotta give me a damn full version of YouTube. You would think a YouTuber would have that, wouldn't he? Content creator. He's gonna be 10.10. Right? That's his IP address. 10.10. So now, oh, I did that wrong. I gotta get rid of that extra IP right there. Check it for duplicate address. And let's verify his IP. Show IP. We did that correctly. 10.10. His gateway is that. And let's see if we can ping VLAN 20. I mean, the VLAN 20 PC, which is 192.168.20.10. So basically, I'm gonna have PC1 ping PC2. See if we can get that to work. Ping, and we got a reply.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what.
So we are done with that lab right there. Icy Soul, that's for you if you in the building. Probably not. He just made that request and thought that I wasn't gonna come through, but I did. So if you want to copy that lab, join the Discord server, and I will give you a copy of it. Let's move on to the other lab. Stop these guys. We got through this stream real quickly, didn't we? And we destroy this lab. And we're going to create another one that I found. It's called, or not found, but I asked AI to create one for me. He said, hey, I can do anything for you, man. Look what he said when I asked him that. When I was done, I said, oh, okay, this was cool. He said, perfect. I locked that format in. I'll pick another solid topic like DHCP relay, port security, or static routing with failover, and build it the same way. Clean PDF for the lab, plain text for solution. Want me to go ahead and generate one now? I said, yeah, let's do a static route with failover, and he did that for me. So let's go ahead and do that from scratch. Static route with failover. Say add new lab, and these are going to be, and notice I created a folder for all my AI generated labs. I'm telling y'all, ChatGPT, man, game changer, man.
Boom.
We're gonna call it static routing with failover. I have not done this lab yet. Who's the author? AI, ChatGPT. GPT. I believe it's 4.0 model is the one I use. Add. And then where's the PDF for it? I created a PDF for it too. Where's he at? It's right here. Static route for real. Yep. Cycle of sevens. Static route failover lab right here. And I got the solution over there. So we got to create the lab to look like this right here. I had fixed all of this too. So we need 3 routers and 2 PCs. Good enough here. We got the routers laid out like this. We'll call it router 3 at the bottom there. I like to go in that order. We got London on the track and 2 PCs. And I'm just now doing this from scratch, right? So see how y'all look. Can y'all see that? Y'all can see all of this over here? Y'all let me know if it's too small or
1 million products, including the
music is too loud, whatever.
and sound.
What else we got? We got a PC there. We got to create another PC. Should have had 2 PCs, my bad. Another PC there. A PC there. A PC there. I'm saying that one of my old labs. My old videos. PC there. A PC there. I want to make him a server. Let's make him a server. Do we have a server? Let's see. We got a Windows server. We can make it a PC, just change the icon. I just want to change the icon on it. Make it look like that. Say server. An EVNG server. With the generic blue server. I want the Eve server. There it is right here. Just so we can have a PC reaching the server. Save. That's our PC there. Connect that guy. Now remember, AI said, "Hey, you want a topic? Here, I'll draw a lab for you." Man, that's something that I've always wanted, man. Oh, we ran out of interfaces here. How we gonna do this? We probably can't put in an extra one there like that. Why not? Because that PC right there is not gonna have 2 connections. Why did ChatGPT do that to us? This VPC. See, notice he don't have any more connections there. We can't give him an extra interface, can we? Can we give him 2 interfaces? We probably can. Look at that. That's cool. Let's see. Didn't know you could do that. So let's. I like that. Hopefully we could put two IP addresses on. Make it like a dual NIC server. Yeah, we're gonna have to have one in the PC. He said this is both in the 2 network here. So unless he made a mistake, unless ChatGPT made a mistake here, now let's see. The lab objective. Let's put these on here so that way we know what we're doing here. Let's do this. Let's do the where we want the tasks at. Let's put the tasks right next to me. I think that's good enough. Let's see. Might be good right there. Let's add some text there. Move him over. That's all going to be our tasks. Got a black text. Font color. Like that. And then this is the IP addressing. We know about that. Get out of here. Let's just say this right here. Let's say PC1 is. Let's copy PC1 text. PC1 is. I guess PC1 was the one on the left. Yeah, the 1 network and the 2 network. So I believe. Let's see. Where's the 1 network? Yeah, that's the 1 network, and that's the 2 network over here. So PC1, which is this guy. Call him PC1, like that. His IP address is like that. We're gonna say like this, right? And say his IP is that, and that's his gateway, right? Y'all with me so far? I guess that's last 24 also, right? Nah, we'll just say that's his gateway. Font color is black. man. I don't want this space. Get out of here with that. Make that smaller. What's it set to? I guess it's set to 14. Oh my god. Oh my god. Come on, man. Where's the spacing on this thing, man? Anybody know how to fix spacing? Is it border, padding, paragraph? A bulleted list. Jesus Christ. I don't want this big ass space right there, man. Like, what the hell is all of that about? Maybe it's because, maybe that's it right there. That's probably why. That's why. And then let's duplicate that and give the other IP address to, I believe, the server. The server is this right here. This is the server's IP. PC2. Let's just say PC2. Let's call him PC2. Or let's just call it server 1, whatever you want to. Server 1. And then let's give him the IP of this right here. Paste the plain text.
Express Business Platinum
That.
for 1.5 times points on eligible purchases of $5,000
Enter.
or more.
Superb work.
Gateway
Oh,
is
thank you.
that. Music is at a comfortable level, in my opinion. Cool. The font of the CLI could be a bit bigger. Okay, cool. Appreciate that. I'm glad you said that. So let me know if this is better.
Well, let's say this is you.
That's why I'm glad you're
$468.
giving me some feedback here, because
Regardless of switch
some people
also
just
say
kind of just watch and don't even say nothing,
$168.
man. Give me some
Click it
feedback.
once.
If y'all can't see it, if the music is too loud, if I'm being annoying, whatever, man, just let me know. I want to try to make it bearable to watch this channel. So, font color black. His IP. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I want the font color to be black. And we said his IP is that. Got to get rid of that space there. I think that's good. All right, here's our tasks. Assign the IP addresses on all router interfaces and VPCs. Here's the we got to configure a static route on router 1, which is right here, to reach router PC2's subnet via router 2. So we got to create a static route to go to this server going this way, right? That's what we got to do. And then fail over to router 3 if router 2 becomes unavailable. So if router 2, if this fails, if we have that proverbial bus that ran into router 2 and knocked the building down or whatever, we're gonna have the traffic go over this way to get to the server, right? I think we've done tons of labs like this on my channel before. Let's power this bad boy on. Actually, we got to do the PCs first, right? Assign all IP addresses on all router interfaces. Let's power everybody on. Fuck it. Let's start with the PC. PC1. Cycle of 7 said, bearable? Nah, bro. We appreciate you, man. Appreciate you too, bro. Appreciate you too, man. IP is 192.168.1.10. Subnet mask of /24.0. Gateway of 192.168.1.1, which is going to be probably on router 2. That's going to be the gateway. Checking for duplicate IP addresses. Let's copy that so we can put it on the PC. He's going to be 2.10, the PC, the server. Can you see the text better now? Server 1, his IP is going to be 2.10. Oops, Jesus Christ. Come on, man. I did that wrong. Do that over again. 2.10, gateway of 2.1. Checking for duplicate IPs. Good to go. All right, what else we wanted? Let's copy this too. I like that. I'll put that in the workbook somewhere, the solution or whatever, because I believe the solution is in another text file. I asked ChatGPT to create another one for me. We're gonna configure a default gateway on each PC, which we did already, right? Because like say the PC, the server, his gateway is 2.1, which will be on router 2 right over here, because this is the 2 network, right? Remember? See, this is the 2 network right here. On router 1, configure a static route to the 2.0 network via router 2. So he needs a static route to this network, the 2.0 network, via router 2. So let's go to router 1 right now. Actually, we got to do the interfaces. Let's do the interfaces on router 1. Right now, he should have an interface here, an interface there, an interface there. We got 3 interfaces we got to configure. The 1.0 network, 10 network, and a 10/4 network. So let's go to router 1. His interface is, looks like 192.168.1.1. Let's see. Did he say what he wanted on router 1? Yeah, he said router 1.1, router 2.2. So the 10 network is there. This is the 10 network right up here, right there. That's gonna be .1. That's gonna be .2, I believe, right? Is that what he said? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Interface.
Yes, sir.
Ethernet 00. My bad. 00. His IP address is going to be 192.168.1. What he said is going to be 1. They don't even say. I guess that's it. It's supposed to be there. 1.1. Yeah, I believe .1 is supposed to be that interface right there. He didn't explicitly say, but we know just by saying if PC1, if his gateway is 1.1, then that means this interface right here need to be 1.1. So we just gonna do that. /24 of the subnet mask, right? Y'all with me so far? Anybody got any questions or anything? Is this some simple static routing and failover interface lab? No shut to bring up the interface if he decides to wake up. I believe it's already up. Let's see. Show IP interface brief. Yeah, them interfaces is already up. We just needed to configure the IP addresses. 01, which is I believe that interface. Let's see. Router 1 to router 2 is the 10 network. Yeah, so it's 10.1. 10.001. So we're gonna go to global config mode. We're gonna say we're gonna put that interface as 10.001, right? Y'all with me? This is gonna be 10.001, right? Interface Ethernet 0/1. IP address is 10.0.0.1. Subnet mask of what is it? /24? Yes. No, /30. Y'all know what that subnet mask is, right? 255. The last octet is 252 or /30, I believe, right? Yeah, 2 usable addresses. And then we got the last interface over here, which will be the 10.004 network, which means on router 1 to 3, router 1's gonna be .5. .5, right? So we're gonna say, what's that interface? I believe it's Ethernet 01. I should probably just mark these, right? So that way we stop getting confused and shit.
Sarah?
Let's go ahead and text. Right? Do that right there. That's the 10 network, like this. Let's duplicate that. The other one is 10.00.4 network. And then the other one is 2.0 network. You're right, we can write that twice. He wrote that in there twice, so I'm guessing it's supposed to be the same network. I believe it is. Text. Move that over here. Yeah, that's the 2.0 network, and the other one is also 2.0 network, so we duplicate that. 2.0 network like that. Y'all can see the text, right? Wayne Hill in the building. Appreciate you for tuning in. He said, how are you network folks using large language models for networking? I'm not sure what you mean by that. I'm not really using language models. I'm using ChatGPT to create these labs. So what exactly? I'm not really using language models. Can you enlighten us? Language models. That has something to do with computing. Language models are AI systems designed to understand, generate, and translate human language. They are trained on vast amounts of text data, learn patterns, and predict the next word in a sentence, enabling them to perform various tasks like text completion. I guess pretty much like AI, right? I mean, in a sense, I created this lab. I asked AI to generate a lab for me. So, any topic. We just finished a lab on router on a stick, and now we're doing static routing with a failover interface. So I guess that's one way I'm using model language. I'm using ChatGPT. What is this? See, look, I asked him, hey, create a lab for me. And he created the lab. He showed me how to export it and everything. I showed him, hey, I want to use these icons. And he put it in there for me and put it in the PDF and everything. And that's how, and right now, and I told him to put the solution. I don't want the answers there, so I want to be able to do it on my own. And he did that too, separated it and put the solutions in a separate text file. So I guess that's one way I'm using language model. If that's what you're asking, Wayne. Can you do an example of how fast flux works? Man, I couldn't even tell you what that is, man. And I'm not going to make pretend I know. Can you enlighten us? I don't know what that is, man. Fast flux. Let's see what that is. It's a cybersecurity technique where attackers quickly rotate a botnet's IP addresses, making it difficult to block or identify the malicious servers. That's interesting. So it's a way to, I guess, mask your attacks. This is achieved by changing the DNS records with short time to live values, effectively hiding the true location of the botnet's commands and control servers. So it's a pretty much an attack. Yeah, I never heard of that, man. You just taught me something new, Wayne. That's pretty cool. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do something like that. Maybe we'll do that in the next stream. Just like this lab right here, the router on the stick one. I had a subscriber that asked me, hey, can you teach me or can you do a lab on router on the stick? I said, okay, I got you. Tomorrow I'll do it. And then we did it. So let's see if we could do, maybe we'll find something on fast flux. Let's see if AI will do a lab for me in fast flux. I strictly do stuff with computer networking though. So Cisco iOS. We'll try to see if we can do that. Wayne said ChatGPT is a large language model. Okay, so there you go. It's time for you to learn how large language models work. The new attack techniques are using LLMs to create and carry them out. Okay, appreciate that. We'll try to do that for sure, man. What do you do? Let's see. Yep. I ain't got one for that. But anyways, yeah, we'll try to do that. But he said, Devon Electrics says, I'm using AI to study. Taking an I&E course, for instance. I put all the quiz questions at the end of the videos into chat. GPT, I think he meant to put there. And it breaks down a subject matter from a different perspective. Yeah, man. AI is, man, it's just powerful, dude. But yeah, he said, we got to learn large language models. We'll try to do that, and we'll try to do some stuff with fast flux. Great for notes and flashcards. Man, like I said, AI is powerful. We just read an article about AI and how people think it sometimes can be a kiss ass. I put a link to the article in the chat there if you want to read up on it. Where were we? Oh, you know what? That last lab, we forgot to name the VLANs there. It's all good though. We got to create a static route to the 2.0 network on router 1. Actually, let's finish the interfaces. We got the 10.0 network. We got to do 10.4 now. 10 Ethernet 0/2. IP address is 10.0. 0.0.5 subnet mask of /30 So I think we got all his interfaces there. IP interface brief. Exclude unassigned interfaces. 10.01.05. Let's go to router 2 and create those IP addresses. Then I said, he said great notes, flashcards. So we're gonna do a router 2. What is his interfaces there? Router 2. He's supposed to be .2, 10.0.0.2. Where's router 2? 002 is going to be that interface right there. So we're going to say figure terminal interface Ethernet 00. His IP address is 10.0.0.2. Subnet mask of /30. And this interface right here, router 2 to the server. They don't even say. I guess that'll be. I guess the server is going to be. Well, the server is 2.10. So maybe we can put this as 2.3 or 2.1. That's 2.1. My bad. This is 2.1. And we'll make this one maybe 2.2 maybe? I don't know. We'll have to see because I didn't even see how that's configured there. Configure us that well. We need to finish. We need to finish the interfaces on router 2. Interface Ethernet 0/1. IP address of 192.168.2.2.1. Subnet mask of that. Actually, /24, right? The /24 subnet? Yes, it is. So .0 like that. Let's take a look at his interfaces. 2.1. Can the PC ping his that gateway there? Go to the server. Can he ping the server? I mean the gateway? Doesn't look like it. Server not reachable. I mean 2.1 not reachable. It should be because they're in the same network, right? Let's see if router 2 can he ping 2.10. Verify that he got that IP address though. Show IP. Yeah, he's 2.10. Can router 2 ping the server? So we already got some troubleshooting that we need to do. Maybe we got to get some routing there. Does router 1 have a routing table? What is he looking like? He does. He's directly connected to. No, he's not. He's not connected to the 2.0 network. What's his interfaces look like? 2.0. That's router 1. My bad. My bad. He is right here. Show IP interface brief. What's his routing table look like? Show IP route. He's directly connected to 2.1 network. Why can't he ping 2.10? Is it because he needs a static route? What? He should be able to ping. They're in the same network right here. These guys right here. Also, the server. He got 2 interfaces, right? How can I set the other interface? So he has 2 interfaces there. Ethernet 1. There we go, right there. Maybe that's why. How can we set the other interface IP address right there? On that server right there. Does anybody know? On the server, can we? Because it's got dual NICs at this point. How do we put the other interface as another IP address? I think that's what ChatGPT said we should be able to do. See, he's got 2 interfaces there. He didn't mention what the see. Look, PC2. He gave him 1 IP address, just like that. So maybe that's supposed to be a server there. Maybe he should have done that. I mean, maybe he should have put a router there. Oh no. Let's see. Let's finish with the IP addressing though. We'll come back to that later. Router 3 has 2 interfaces he needs. Can y'all see the text good still? That big enough for y'all? I hope that's big enough. That's the server. Yo, y'all let me know if that's too small. Show IP interface brief. He doesn't have anything yet. Let's put 00 in the, that's gonna be .6, I believe. 5, 6, yeah, so Ethernet 00. Interface Ethernet 00. His IP address is 10.0.0.6/30 subnet. The other interface is 2.0 also. So let's verify here, because the 2 network is pretty tricky here. Router 1 to 3, which is right here. We made router 1.5, router 3.6, which you just did. We did this part right here. The PCs, we configured those IP addresses and gateways. We assigned the IP addresses on all router interfaces and VPCs. Configure the default gateway, we did that. On router 1, configure a static route to the 2.0 network via .2. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with that. Maybe it's because he needed a static route, I don't know. So we go to router 1. So he needs a route to this network over here. How do we do that? We do the IP route command, right? Configure terminal IP route to get to the network of 192.168.2.0 network, subnet mask of /24. Take the next hop of 10.0.0.2. So he said to get to this network, take that subinterface, or that interface. That's the next hop, which in this case is 10.0.0.2, right? Can I ping 10.0.0.2? Pretty sure I can. If not, we have to do a static route coming back from router 2. Ping that. Yes, he can. He just had to have a route back. So can he ping, let's say, 2.1, right? We were able to ping this interface. Now we need to try to ping that interface because we have a route there now. I think 192.168.2.1. We got a reply. Good. What's the next step? So we did that. There's only 6 steps, y'all, and then we're done for the day, for the night. Y'all hit that like button on your way out. Wayne Hill said, why are there so many routers in the network? This is a lab to simulate failover routing, just like in an enterprise network. So let's say your network, let's say your office has a connection to Comcast, but he also has a failover connection to like AT&T or whatever. Let's say if Comcast, this is your primary route, your traffic always takes this route to go to some web server over there in the I don't know, in Russia. And Comcast goes, they have an outage, so we're going to create what's called a failover static route. So that way, when this router goes down, our traffic is going to go this way to still make it to the server. That's why we have a second router there. So this is called static route with a failover. So when this one fails, it'll fail over to that traffic to still make it to the server. So unless we have an apocalypse where both ISPs go down, this is the reason why we created this topology, to kind of like simulate that. But this is just, I mean, it's a lot more complex in the real world, but this is just to explain that topic. I hope that makes sense. Devon said, yeah, I can see the CLI from my phone in landscape. Impressive. Okay, awesome, man. I'm glad you can see it too, bro. What was the next thing we were going to do? We configured the default gateway. We configured the static route on router 2. No, we did it on router 1 via router 2. Now we need to add a backup route to the 2 network via router 3.6 with a higher AD. I know what that is? At a higher administrative distance. So basically, static routes, the administrative distance for static routes is, the administrative distance is any number between 0 to 255. A static route, the administrative distance is, I believe, 1. Right? Yeah, I believe it's 1. And if you create a route that has a higher administrative distance, he'll just use that as like second place. So he'll prefer his static routes first, which in this case will be this way, right? And then in order for us to fail over to that one, we need to have another route, but it'll just have a higher AD. Because if it had a lower AD, then guess what? Our primary traffic is going to go this way. And we don't want that. We want our traffic to go take Comcast, right? Wayne said, make sure you get on Hugging Face Network, bruh. Okay, I don't even know what that is. What is that? You're teaching me a lot of new things here, Wayne. But what is that? Hugging Face. He taught me about fast flux. He taught me about language models. That is, okay, AI community building. Okay, check that out. They are it's a platform of open source AI community that facilitates the development and sharing of machine learning models, data sets, and code. Okay, cool. I'll check that out. I'm definitely gonna check that out. Where were we? Oh, we had to do the failover. I was explaining administrative distance, right? So it's a number between 0 to 255, and any number. The lower the administrative distance, the more preferable a route is. A static route is the administrative distance is 1. They said to create a static route, another static route with a higher AD of this one. So his AD is going to be 1. So let's create another one with a static route of, AD of, let's say 15. So he said to create a backup route to the 2.0 network. So we're going to do something similar to this one that we created. Where's the other one? It was on router 1, right? Where's that route? There it is right there. We're going to do that route right there to the 2.0 network with a higher AD. How do we do that? We go to global config mode and we say that, oops, my bad. Let's write it out, fuck it. IP route to get to the network of 192.168.2.0. Before I write this out, let's look at our static routing table, right? Show IP route. The gateway of last resort is not set, but we do have a static route pointing to that. Right? That's our static route. That's the administrative distance. Like I said, is 1. So I guess I was right with that. Now we're going to create another static route to the 2.0 network, but it's going to have a higher AD. So that way he always prefers this route. But if in case that one goes down, he's going to, like I said, take the AT&T route, right? Go to global config mode. We say IP route 192.168.2.0 network, subnet mask of /24. Take the next hop of 10.0.0. What is it? This is the 4 network, so this is .5.6. Take the next hop of .6. But the AD, like I said, it's a number between, I said it was 0 to 255. It's going to be 1, right? I don't think you can do 0 here. So we said we're going to do 15. No, that's the distance metric. We want, that's administrative distance. 15. We'll create the administrative distance of 15. Let's take a look at our routing table to verify that. Show IP routes. And notice it's not on there, right? It's not going to show up until this route fails. And I'll show y'all that. We'll simulate that in a second. We added the backup route with the higher AD to .6, right? Right here. That's how we did it. That's the .6. Test reachability from PC 1 to 2, and then simulate their failure to verify failover to router 3. Now let me say this. Let's see if we can ping the server 2.10. Because I don't know if this interface right here works right here. Because I've never done a dual NIC server on PNetLab before. Let's see here. Can PC 1 ping the server 2.10? He can't. See? Timed out. Can router 1 ping it? Ping. You know why? Because this router don't know how to get to that network. That's the main reason why. We got to fix that problem. Because remember, when you do static routes, you got to create routes to almost every network for it to work. It's a lot of manual labor there. Router 1 can probably ping the server though. Let's see, 192.168.2.10. He can't. See? let's have router 2. Let's create a static route on router 2. Let's do that. Because I don't think he know how to get to the 1.0 network. Let's see. My bad. Show IP routes. Yeah, he don't know how to get to the 1.0 network. So let's do a static route to that. IP route. See, ChatGPT didn't tell us about that. To get to the 192.168.1.0 network /24, take the next hop of .4. I'm sorry. That's .1. 10. No, that's not .1. That's .2. 0.0.2. Like that, right? Let's verify. Show IP route. Interface brief. We want the E01 IP address, which is 10.0.0.1, just like I said, right? Y'all with me so far? I hope I'm not confusing anybody. Oh, that's wrong. Let me see. Invalid next hop. It's this router. He said to get to the next hop of this, take the next hop of 10.0.0.2, which is router 1. Where's router 1? Oh, I meant 10.0.0.1. My bad. 10.0.0.1. I misplaced. I mistyped that. 10.0.0.1. Now can router 2 ping PC1 192.168.1.10? Yes, he can. So now let's see if PC1 can ping the server. He might not be able to. Let's see. We probably need one more route. Does he? Let's see. Router 2. Actually, let's see router 1. Yeah, router 1 knows how to get to the 2.0 network, right? Show IP route. Yeah, he know how to get to the 2.0 network. So let's see if PC1 can he ping that server now? Don't look like it. Timed out. 2.10. This right here. Can router 2 ping it? Let's see. We got a little bit of troubleshooting already here. Ping 192.168.2.10. See, this router can't even ping that server. Something wrong here. So let's go back to the PC. The server. The server's right here. 2.10. See, he can't even. I don't think he can even ping his gateway. Ping 192.168.2.1, which should be router 2's E01 interface. Let's see. E01. Yeah, he should be able to ping that. That's the reason why we got some lost network connectivity up in here. I think all this shit right here work, but all this right here don't work. Wayne said, make sure. Oh yeah, you got it. I read that part already. All right, so server 1. He can't ping his gateway. Why is that? Let's see. Show IP. We did that. I don't know if it's because... Like I said, it's the dual NICs, man. I never worked with dual NICs on a server in NetLab or even G for that matter. Let's see. What can we do? We might have to do some language models here. Ask AI, our good friend AI here. Chat. Hey chat. Let's see. We don't want to clear any IP addressing here. Let's say PC2. PC2 got dual NICs. Let's ask him. Where's that? Let's see. It's right over here, right? Yeah, it might be on this one. PC2 got dual NICs. Let's see what he says about that. Let's see what he said. Great catch. Based on the topology I drew, it looks like PC2 connects to both router 2 and router 3, which would imply dual NICs. But VPCs doesn't support that, so nah, we gotta fix that. See, this is why you got to double check AI, because AI would trip you up on there. And that's why I was like, I don't know if we could do that. So now he corrected the design. Notice he said, make router 2 and router 3 both route to the same subnet, and only one uplink goes to PC2. So how do we do that? Let's see. PC2 just stays connected to router 2. Where's he at? Let's see. He stays to router 2 connected like that. And then what does he say to do? And only one uplink goes to PC2. I'm confused now. Look, see, and this is the reason why I don't like, man, this updated plan. PC2 stays at 2.10 with that gateway. Routers 2 and 3 both reach the 2.0 network via their own connected links or static route. Failover is happening only on router 1, which chooses between 2 or 3. Yeah, we did that. We know that. He chooses between 2 or 3 for the failover, and it only happens here. We know that already. But, yeah, fix that. Yeah, fix that. Fix that.
Bruh.
Fix that. See, ChatGPT tripped us up there, man. And that's why you got to double check ChatGPT's work, man. Let's see what he said. See, VPCs don't support dual NICs. I thought it did for a second there. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, man. Look at that. Got a server, got dual NICs there. No, it don't support that. So, how do you say we got to do that? I need to visually see how he updates that. Let's see. Let's download this lab here. He working on it right now. He tricked us up. You almost got us there, man. Oh, I got no booze in here. Let's see. Oh, ChatGPT. What the hell wrong with you, man? Trying to trip us up. All right, so he corrected the lab here. Let's download this PDF. You almost got me. You almost got me there, chat. Oh, we disconnected for a second there. Y'all let me know if y'all still there. Apparently, OBS just disconnected on me. So he created a corrected lab. But how's he gonna? That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense, man. So he just gonna break this right here. Okay, so then I guess we're just gonna create another sub interface, another interface on here for the 2.0 network. I guess we're gonna do. Let's see, what he do? 2, 3, PC2, which would imply dual NICs, but VPCs don't support that. Make sure router 2 and 3 both route the same subnet. Only one uplink goes to PC2. PC2 just stays connected, forwards traffic to 2.0 behind router 2. And router 3 to router 2. And router 3 forwards to traffic to 2.0. Where's router 3? Hold on, let me see. I think that's router 3 right there, right? I guess, okay, so basically we're gonna break this right here. We're gonna break this interface. And then I guess maybe we could put like a, maybe we can put like a, what do you call it? What does he do to router 3 though? To make it fail over to that. I mean, I know how to make it fail over, but what does he do on router 3? Does he create another sub interface on there? Or another interface? On router 3. Via router 2. That don't make no damn sense. Let's see. Configure static route. We did that. Add a backup route to via router 3 with a higher AD. We did that. We need to add a static route on router 3. Oh, to reach the 2.0 network via router 2. But if we simulate the failover, that don't make no sense to me. Does that make sense to anybody? Basically, we're gonna have our primary traffic to go to the 2.0 network, this network right here. We're gonna have our traffic go this way, right? But to simulate failover, we're gonna shut this interface down, right? We're gonna shut that interface down, and we want our traffic to make it to the server going this way. But obviously, the server's not gonna be. You know what? We might as well just, instead of having a server, let's just put a router there. Screw that, man. That's just gonna make life easier, man. We'll cut this guy off. 'Cause I don't like the way he did all of that. Let's just delete that guy. And then let's just create. Oh, did I turn him off? I did not mean to do that. So we might have to do that interface over again. Okay, let's add another node. Let's put a router here. And if we want, we can make it a server to make it like it got dual NICs. That's for anybody that's OCD like me. We'll call him a server. We'll say server 1 like that, right? And then we'll say what was gonna call him? He'll be server 1 just like that. And then we'll change that for anybody that's OCD in here like me. There we go. Now he got dual NICs. All right, screw that. I ain't got time to be playing with figuring out what ChatGPT was trying to do there. You already done fucked up my night with the dual NIC shit. All right, so let's get an interface there. Let's just do that, man. We might have to. Let's see. Do we need to start this one over again? Let's see. Let's see. Take a look at router 2 because I think I turned him off. I sure did. Let's put that static route back. Let's see if he wakes up too. Might have to do router 2 over again. Yeah, it's all good though. It's all good. We get a little practice, right? No. Power him on. Should be real quick, y'all. We're gonna knock this one out. Show IP interface brief. Right? We'll say Ethernet 00. This interface is going to be IP address of 192.168.2.10. Sudden mask of /24 like this. No, shut that interface. I think it already is. And we'll do the other interface right there. Let's make the other one. Can we do 2.11? I don't know if we can do that. For Ethernet 00. We might not be able to do that either. Same network. 2.11? I don't think we'd be able to do that. Let's see. Yeah, it overlaps. Can't do that either. How are we gonna test this failover here? We might have to just put this in another network, but we don't want that either. How was he gonna simulate that? How was he gonna do that? This is how he said. AI said he wanted to do it this way. That's how AI said he wanted to do it. Test reachability from PC1 to PC2. Simulate router 2 failure and verify failover to router 3. Which we can, but I don't know. We just want failover to router 3. I guess not necessarily failover to PC2 via router 3. So let's just do it that way, I guess. Don't worry about that other interface right here. And we'll leave it like that. Just like how he had it. Can PC1 ping that guy? Let's see, where's PC1? He's right here. He need a route probably. Or at least a gateway. We don't have that gateway right there. Let's create his default gateway. It's 192.168.2.1 server. That's why. Interface Ethernet. My bad. Say IP route. We'll give him a default gateway. 192.168.2. What's that interface on router 2? That's why it wasn't working. Router R2. His IP address. My bad. Interface. Ethernet 00. 10.00 dot. What is that? That was dot 1.2.3. I believe it was. What was router 2's interface there? Router 2's interface there was 10.2. 10.2. Subnet mask of dots. Yeah, this took longer than I slash 30. Longer than I expected, man. What am I missing here? IP address of another octet. The other interface is this dot 2. This is gonna be 2.1. My bad. That's right. 3. 2. Ethernet 0/1. His IP address is 192.168.2.1. 2.0. Y'all with me so far? Anybody got any questions or anything? I see y'all kind of quiet in the chat over there. Y'all just watching. It's all good, man. Some music to wake y'all up over there.
I found the candy. It's such a pretty sight.
I just picked a random.
Makes the food taste dandy, but my tummy hurts all night.
Pick a. Maybe some weird ass sound effects over here, man. Let's take a look at our interfaces here. Show IP interface brief. Oh, they're admin down. Let's turn those up. Ethernet interface range. Ethernet. All right, I want to get through this. 0 through 1. No shut. Guess those interfaces were down there. IP interface brief. Exclude unassigned. All right, so now this PC got a default gateway there. He got some, I think he should have some connected routes. Oh, he needed a route to the 1.0 network. IP route 192.168.1.0. To get to that, take the desktop of 10.0.0.1. I think that's right. Can you ping 10.0.0.1? We got a reply? Yes, we do. I need to fix my damn cable over here. Need some slack over here, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And then PC1.
Yes, sir.
I want to say
Sir.
PC1 needs to be able to ping that now. Can he ping it now? Nope. PC1 cannot ping the server. Why not? Let's see. Can he ping his gateway, which is 1.1? 1.1. Yes, he can. Can he ping router 2, which should be, what's router 2's interface there? 2.1. No, 10.0.0.2. PC1, can he ping that? 10.0.0.2. Yes, he can. So he can ping this, he can ping that. Can he get to this network right here? 2.1. Can he ping 2.1? He can ping 2.1. So he can get, this PC can get to there, to there, to there. He can't ping 2.10, I don't think. Let's see. No, he can't. So now, probably because he don't have a route back. Let's see. The server, oh no, the server don't know how to get over there. He don't, but the router 2 does. Does router 2, let's see if router 2 can ping PC1. That's probably what it is, maybe. Ping 192.168.1.10. Router 2 can ping this Can the PC, can the this server right here, can the server? Oh, I didn't create his default gateway. That's what it was. That's probably why. 10 dot.
You stupid.
2.10. This is no 2. Let's see. Router 2's interface should be that right there. He doesn't have a default gateway yet, so it's 2.1. I think that's the reason why. Let's see. Do we have a winner? There it go.
Wow, it's very nice.
So, all right. So we was able to get the PC, ping that guy right there. He just needed routes to go all the way back. That's all it was, and he needed a default gateway. Now the last step was to simulate R2 failure and verify failover to router 3. So let me see. That failover route should be on router 1. We look at router 1. He got a default route. I mean, he got a static route right here to the 2.0 network. If we shut this interface down, then his backup route should be that way, which it ain't gonna go nowhere because we don't got nothing back here. Unless we put maybe we can put a loop back to the 2.0 network. We could do that. Let's try that. Let's say let's put 2.10 there. Let's put a 2.10 there just to simulate that network. Go back to router 3. Cycle of 7 said, you got that Ed Lover voice on your machine saying, come on, son. You right. I might have it, to be honest with you. Let me see. No, I don't. You right. I'm gonna get that though. I'm gonna get that one. Next time I stream, matter of fact, it shouldn't be that long for me to get that. Come on, son. Does he still do that? Is that Lover even still around? I thought I heard he passed away or something like that. Or am I thinking of Dr. Dre, the other Dr. Dre? Ed Lover. Somebody just passed away. No, yeah, Ed Lover's still around. He always been the kind of guy that's been. I want to say he's been serious about his health. I think I'm thinking of Dr. Dre. Let me see. Where's he at? Nah, he's alive, I hope. Yeah, nah. Ed Lover's alive. I think I was thinking of Dr. Dre. Let me see though. Camp MTV. Who's the man? Where is he at? I don't see him on here. Let me see. Dre. He ain't even on there with him. That's crazy. You gotta look him up. Doctor. What am I doing here? What the hell? I didn't mean to do that. Yes, remove that. What the hell is that? I was trying to look for Dr. Dre. Not the producer Dr. Dre, but there you go. Dr. Dre. No, he's still around too. Oh shit. Okay, they both still around. That's good, man. I thought Dr. Dre, he was like a heavy set dude. I didn't think he was still. I don't know why I thought he passed away. That's good to know that he's still around. Anyways, what were we doing? We were going to create a sub interface, or a loopback at least. Let's say loopback 100, and let's give him the IP address of 192.168. I don't know. Let's give him the same IP address as the server, so that way, when this route goes down, he still know how to get to the 2.0, that 2.0 network, or in this case, it'll be 2.10. So 2.10 sub interface, subnet mask of /24, like this. Show IP interface brief. Wait a minute. Okay, there I go. I was like, what happened to that interface? So now, if we trace route to that, right, from PC1, tracer, right, 2.10. My bad. You got to do true. You have to actually write it out in that trace routes to 2.10. Trace maybe. There you go. He traced. So he takes 1.1 as the next hop, which is there, the gateway, and then the next hop after that is 10.0 network, which is there over here, 10.0.02. So that's where he takes. Then he goes to. Oh, you know what? I want to say I created a loop here. I might have created a loop. Because the next hop after that is 10.0.02 after 1.0. And then he goes, it's unreachable. Can I ping it now still? I can still ping it. All right, let's shut this interface down to simulate failover on router 2. Go to router 2. Interface Ethernet 0.0. We got the rabbit to cut off the, chew up the interface there. Go to PC1 and see if we can still ping that interface. I mean, that IP address. We still got to reply. See? Even though, let's see, router 2. Oh, we ain't shut it down yet. Like, duh.
Bruh.
Shut that interface down. I was like, oh shit, it still made it. Show IP interface brief. Like, brief. Come on, man. I think it's in my custom.
Come on now, dog.
That's what I got for you right there.
Come on, man.
I got Boosie. This interface is down still. 0.0 on. So that interface is still down. We need to bring that up. Good thing we checked that. Interface Ethernet 0.0. Tackle 7 said, nah, he's still alive, I hope. Dr. Dre is alive, but he's sick. He has some amputations, I think. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought Dr. Dre was sick, man. No, shut that interface. Show IP interface brief. He said, yeah, man. So we turned up that interface now, 10.0.02, which is that right there, I believe. No, duh, what am I doing? This interface we shut down. We did that on purpose. What am I doing, man? Shut. What I meant to do was look on router 3 and see if we can still ping 2.10, which is also on here. So instead of going this way, he should be able to go that way. Can we do it? Nope. Yes. Nope. Let's look at our routing table on router 1. Let's see what happened there. Yes. He says to go there. Take 10.0.02, which is there. But we should have had a failover route. What happened to our failover route? Let's see. Show run route. There's our failover route right there. I don't know why it didn't take over. That's interesting. This route should have took over right here. Maybe because we have to actually shut that interface down. This interface on router 1, not router 2. Let's see. What did he say to do? Simulate router 2 failure and verify failover to router 3. We had to add a static route on router 3 to reach the 2.0 network. But he's directly connected, so... This I don't understand right here. Add a static route on router 3 to reach 2.0 network via router 2, which is there. And then test reachability from PC 1 to 2, and then simulate router 2 failure to verify failure to router 3. Let's see what his solution said, man, because that's crazy. I don't know, man. This is we questioned ChatGPT there and said, I don't know, man, this don't look right. He said, yeah, you right. Let me show you how it really need to be. Come on, man. Let's see. Router 2 config says we created those interfaces there. Router 3, we did that. We did that on the PCs. Shut down router 2's interface to simulate failure. Verify PC 1 can still reach PC 2 via router 3. How is that even possible? If there's no... That don't make no damn sense. That don't make no sense. That's not gonna work. Come on, chat. See, he put it in, that's exactly what we did, except I put 15 as the administrative distance. See? Yeah, that's exactly what I did. And we did that on router 1, right? Yep, we sure did. So that's all correct. I don't know how that's supposed to... If you shut down router 2's, how can PC 1 still reach PC 3? I mean PC 2. Let me ask ChatGPT that. Let me see. Let me fuck his head up real quick. Hold on. How can PC 1 still reach PC 2 if there is no physical connection? If there is no physical connection. Let's see what ChatGPT. You nailed it, and that is the real key learning moment. If router 2's link to PC 2, router 2's link to PC 2 is the only physical path, and you shut that down, there is no failover possible because router 3 doesn't have a direct connection to that subnet. Static routing alone can't save you when there is no path at layer 2 or 3. What you need for a real failover. So why didn't you put that in there? Want to fix this lab again? Come on, man. I'm out of here, man.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real. Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
See, we understood that it was not gonna work, but he's like, okay, you want me to show you how a real failover? Yes, I wanted a real failover design. Come on, chat. Let's see. The real failover design: make PC2's subnet accessible via both router 2 and 3, like this. That means router 2 or 3 can forward traffic and pick the best runs via static route. Want to fix this lab again? Should we do it? Should we do it just to complete the lab? Y'all let me know, man, because chat fucking with me right now, man. That's crazy. I'm ready to go to bed, man. What's wrong with chat, man? The real failover design. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm out of here, man. Let's do it over. I'm gonna do it over again. Fuck it. Let's do it. I'm gonna do it. Let's do that. Screw it. Yeah, man, come on. Say less. I got you. Here's what we're gonna do for the real failover. Come on, man. PC2 connects to a switch or a broadcast segment. Oh, we should have had a switch in between. Should we do it right now? And nah. You should have told me that. Give me 60 seconds. I'll redraw the PD. Man, get out of here, man. I'm not doing that tonight. Not tonight. Not tonight, y'all.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Right now, I'm kind of like, I got all the, oh, I can't lose all my rings there. Yeah, nah, not tonight. But he said he gonna draw the topology for me. I'll probably do it on my own and mess with it. If y'all want a copy of it, I'll upload it to the Discord server. But for now, comment, like, subscribe to the network.
Bruh.